What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Second Passport. Today, we're going to cover how I'm getting screwed by several of the major internet providers in Ecuador all at one time, if you can believe it. Uh, right now, as we speak, still with no solutions in sight. So, the reason I'm mentioning this is not to call out these companies, but isn't a bad idea. But to kind of warn you when you're first moving to Ecuador, right? That I know you think you're smart and everything when you choose a place to live, right? We all think like that. But let me give you a fact that I've seen living here in Ecuador for like almost 7 years now or whatever, and that is 9 out of 10 of the people that I meet that move to Ecuador move at least once they move here. They move within Ecuador or within the town, city, or sometimes across Ecuador, but they move, right? They move. For whatever reason, they move. Sometimes multiple times. I know I have, and that's kind of the situation I've caught myself in. I've been closing some businesses here in the pandemic, a hotel I used to run in Quito, and I had multiple contracts open with this provider that you see on the screen, the number one in Ecuador, CNT, right? They are in a lot of places in Ecuador that where you can't get internet service from any other company, and that's probably why they stay in business because they are of the government or nationalized. For how long now, I'm not sure, but it's been a while. And as you can imagine, being a government run company, this customer service is not that great. Actually, I haven't found it too bad. It's not actually that bad. But the problem I've had and what I'm having right now is when I tried to cancel my contracts, right? I went to the office, I signed the forms I needed to sign. I had two separate contracts, and I canceled the contracts. They gave me proof that I have in January, and then I find out a few months later in May that the contracts, when I went to the office again, they were still charging me this whole time. The people in the office that took my cancellation never processed it. So finally, they canceled for me in May. And even though I had proof that I had canceled in their office in January, they still haven't, even now we're in August, they still haven't um, annulled, right, or eliminated those amounts that they charged me kind of in vain, unnecessarily, right? And so I'm still fighting that, but I occasionally keep getting calls from CNT telling me I better pay or I'm gonna have to go to the Centro de Riesgos is where they send it. And I've heard rumors here in Ecuador, like if you owe these big companies money, it's not like the States. They will literally like put a block on your passport, I've heard, and crazy stuff like that, so you won't be able to travel. I don't know if that's completely true or not or enforceable, but that's what I've heard. So it's definitely something that worries me because I don't want to pay this. It's a couple $100s that I owe now, and I've gone to the office various times trying to fix the situation, and I keep getting sent somewhere else and sent somewhere else. And they do this thing. They have me sit down and they type on the computer for a while, act like they're working, and then they give me another piece of paper. Okay, well, it's not my department, is what they always tell me, but I just sent it to these other guys, and hopefully they'll take care of you. And that's all. That's as far as I ever get. So I've kind of given up on it, but I'm not going to pay it. But what I'd like to tell you is, if at all possible, knowing that the chances are you're going to move at least once, not only should you probably not buy property when you move to Ecuador, that's a given, right? Idiots do that. But what you should probably not do, right, is sign up for these internet companies, these internet providers, these CNTs, or whatever. Try to rent somewhere that will let you, that already has it included, right, in the rent, under the owner's name. that gives you a lot more flexibility when you want to move. Now, one thing that these companies like CNT are more flexible with is if you want to move within the same city and move your contract too. Well, I've done that a few times successfully, and that is pretty easy. But in the moment of, for whatever reason, when you want to cancel, that gets really hard, and they'll tell you you need to fill a contract, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and then they'll tell you, oh, it's an Ecuador law. You can't cancel for we can't cancel you for 15 days from the moment that you put your request in to cancel in writing. Then after 15 days, then you have to give your equipment back, right, within a 5-day period or something, or your contract will stay active, is what's happened to me. And this is 2021 I'm talking about here, not 5-10 years ago. So I mean, this is kind of what you have to deal with. It's a pain in the butt. If you follow me, I just sold a property in Guayaquil that had this company, TV Cable Internet, which is a very popular provider in Guayaquil specifically, but they're also in Quito and a few other larger cities in Ecuador. And they, when I'm trying to cancel with them, it's just been a nightmare. Just a nightmare. Like, I literally can't do it even if I wanted to, right? I go into their office in Guayaquil, their head office, and here in Quito, and they both tell me, no, you have to cancel only over the phone or through their WhatsApp special contact number, right? Okay, so I call them up, and that was a lie that they just wanted to get me out of their face. And not to mention, when I went to their office, there was like 3 or 4 other people at the door. They don't even let us into the office, where they're complaining at the door because we all want to do the same thing, cancel the stupid service, and they won't let us, right? No, it's not something they do in the office. So then, and this is 2021 here, this is right now, this happened to me right now. That's what this channel is about. Not just my successes, but my trials and tribulations here, living, working, making money, and investing here abroad. And so basically, big problem. I call them up, and that was a lie that they told me at the office. No, they said over the phone, we cannot take cancellations. You have to use our WhatsApp number. So then I use the WhatsApp number. I've done it multiple times now, and it strings you around in circles. It's not even a real person. Press 1, press 2, press 3. And I even speak Spanish, but it's just a pain for me. Press 4 if you want to cancel. Press 5 if you want to do. And then they swing you around again and just keep looping you around. And finally, if you're lucky to actually get a real person on there, which has happened to me once or twice now out of the 4 or 5 times I've gone on this WhatsApp stupid thing, and then they tell me, oh, you made a change to your contract a few months ago and it restarted the time, so now you can't cancel. And then I talked to another person and they said, oh yeah, well, we can cancel you and I'll process it and it'll be 15 days, then you have to turn your equipment in. And then I just got a message from them the other day saying, oh, you didn't meet all our requirements in order to cancel, so guess what? Your contract's still active. So this is the shit that I'm dealing with right now. I hope I can fix it. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And then once I get to the end of the month here, starting September, then they're going to tell me, no, you have to pay again. You have to be up to date on your payments in order to cancel. That's what they told me last month and the month before. So when I've tried to cancel. So anyway, it's been a big hassle. And again, it comes back to really try to rent in Ecuador with the internet already included and in the owner's name. And yeah, you'll pay it, but let it be in the owner's name. And that gives you flexibility for when, not if, but when you want to move. Hopefully you don't, but you probably will. You don't have to deal with the hassle of canceling a contract or transferring the internet, which can also be a problem if you're moving somewhere that they don't have coverage. So anyway, I'm Mr. Second Passport. If you like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button below. Take care.